Hello YouTube, welcome back to another video, and today, as you can see, we'll be doing a review of the Marvel Legends Silver Centurion, Iron Man Silver Centurion. I really like this armour. I got this guy recently and I love him. I've always preferred the more silver look for Iron Man. I do like the gold, but I just always preferred silver, so yeah, I really like this guy. And he's a very cool figure. He does have his issues, as with any figure, but overall I do really like him. So, taking a closer look, as you can see, all the silver on this guy is paint, which I love. They could have done it silver plastic, but it just wouldn't have looked as good. One downside that, as you can see, across him, you can get blemishes, and especially on the helmet for mine. As you can see there's just some little blemishes with the paint, which is unfortunate, but it's not too noticeable. Speaking of that head, he does have the Silver Centurion's like neck, because the neck on the Silver Centurion armor just kind of goes straight down from the head. It just looks like this basically. Its neck isn't as defined as a human neck, basically, and that does have its fair share of issues on this figure. But for the most part, it does look really nice. He does have his triangular arc reactor, or uni beam as I think it was called back then, because I believe the Silver Centurion armor, if I'm correct, was it was basically an upgraded armor where it had the uni beam, better energy absorption, stuff like that, which is why it has bigger shoulder pads. So yep, that's very nice. All the red on this guy is just molded, but I think it's showing up a little bit bright on camera, but in person it is actually quite a nice kind of metallic-y red. It is a bit brighter than your standard Iron Man red, but it does actually look nice. But on camera, it's showing up to be very, very bright. So yeah, it does look nicer in person. He has this nice backpack, which is connected. You can't take it off like the old Toy Biz, and that just looks nice. Again, because it's a comic design, it's very simplistic, so there's not really too much detail to talk about. You can see the fists. They do have the painted, the arc reactor sculpted in, but not painted. So that's very cool. I believe this guy is heavily based on the 80th anniversary Iron Man. However, there are a fair share of new parts. Like the gauntlets are new, I think. The whole upper chest is new, head is new, boots are new. I think, well, these bits of the boots are new, but I think these bits are the same. And all of just like this detail, all the silver, I think is the same as the 80th anniversary one. So yeah, it's very nice. Quickly going over, I'll go over accessories first. Just put them back there. He does come with, well, as you can see on there, he has his fisted hands. However, he does come in the package with these open hands, which unfortunately carried over from 80th Iron Man. They have no hinge, so they are just stuck like that. And these are what he comes packaged with. Yeah, so that you can just pop. I'll just show it now. They are a little bit stiff on mine, but you can just pop his hands off. And again, a bit stiff on mine. There we go. And just pop the new hands on, and they do look very nice. And to go with these hands, he comes with a fair share of blast effects. He comes with 2 of each of these, so he comes with 2 of the more two of these blast effects, 2 of these blast effects, 2 of these, and these are just the same Iron Man blast effects we've been getting for ages. This little bit on the end pops off. If you want that, take that off, and then it's just the same as this one. But yeah, these are just the same as the standard blast effects we've been getting with Iron Man for ages. These are the ones that came with the Star Boost Iron Man. So yep, as you can see, I really like these, and these are my preferred ones because you can fit them in the hand very nicely, and it just looks really nice. You can also he has holes on the bottom of his feet, which unfortunately are very tight on mine, so you really have to try and twist it in. But once you get it in, it stays in there very well, and it looks like he's flying. So yeah, that's those effects. And then he also comes with these effects, and these are cool, but I'm not the biggest fan of them. Now, what you can do with these, I'll just use this one for example. You can put blast effects in the middle to make it look like a bigger blast, and you can do that with these ones as well. So they just block in there, and then you have a big blast. But I'm not the biggest fan of these because you try and put them in his hand, and that's about as far as it goes in before his thumb starts getting away, which is very easy to knock out. So you have to try and line up and then force it in, where you then flex the peg, his hand, like his fingers and thumb, and then you get it in, and it looks good. But I don't know, I'm just not the biggest fan of it. And if you try and put it on his feet, it goes on, but you try and put two on, and you have to have his legs like that, because if not, they collide with each other. So I would have rather they just gave us 2 extra versions of these ones, because I do really like these. And then he just comes with little versions of these without the little blast effect at the bottom, which you can plug in, and they're a little bit warped from the packaging, but yeah, so if you just want them to have a little beam, you can. So yeah, that's it for accessories. He just comes with 2 of each of those. So yeah, now on to articulation. Now this guy, he does have a dumbbell joint in the head, so there's a ball joint at the base and a ball joint up in the head, which it allows for good range. Like, as you can see, very natural range of motion. One problem is, due to the design, the neck kind of gets exposed a bit unfortunate, but it does actually, the range it provides does kind of excuse it in my opinion. But I kind of wish they maybe could have done what they're doing with Star Wars figures, where they have the neck part separate, and they have a ball base of the neck and then a dumbbell joint at the top of the neck going into the head. I know it doesn't really make too much sense, but I feel that would have been a cool thing for them to do. But anyway, that does give him, he can look a fair bit up, and he can look plenty down. He has loads of tilt, and obviously his head can swivel, and that just allows him to get some really natural expressions. Like, you can just get him in just really great poses, and it's not too difficult. Like, this is just a quick pose, but I think that looks quite cool, to be fair. So yeah, while it does have its issues, the head articulation is nice. Now, the shoulders, they do rotate, and the shoulder pads rotate with them, which is handy so they don't get in the way. The arms move out almost all the way, it's just slightly under 90. And then the elbows, you can either bend them like that, or you can bend the top joint first, and then that comes up, but then you risk denting the paint on the bicep. So the way I always bend them, it's slightly less range, but you then don't have to worry about it damaging the paint. Obviously, the wrist swivel, but no hinge on this one, and on the fisted hands you get a hinge. Ab crunch goes a fair way down and a fair way back, which allows for him to do some good flying poses. He does have a waist swivel, and legs move forward almost all the way. They don't really move back at all, and they move out a fair bit. He does have a thigh swivel and a lovely deep double knee, and then his ankle hinges back and a little bit forward, and then you get ankle pivot. So he is very nicely articulated. So yeah, going on to size comparisons. Just get him to stand there. Compare him with the Marvel Legends Avengers Star Boost Iron Man. As you can see, he's a little bit shorter. which I feel like is about right, considering this is a more technological Iron Man, and this is a more simplistic comic Iron Man. I do like this guy being a little bit taller. So there he is with Star Boost Iron Man. Here he is with the Black Series Incinerator Trooper. And as you can see, as standard with the Black Series compared to Marvel Legends, he is taller. And I mean, I'm fine with that. I don't really display Marvel Legends and Black Series together too much, so scale doesn't really bother me too much. But yeah, so there you have him with the Incinerator Trooper. And then for a Transformers comparison, here he is with the Dark of the Moon Voyager Megatron, which I think looks very cool. Yeah. And just for a more recent Transformers size comparison, here he is with my favourite deluxe class figure, not with the, I think this was the Earthrise release, deluxe class RC. In case you're wondering why I don't like this figure, I can't really put into words. Probably not going to do a review of it because I'm probably not going to be keeping it once the Legacy one comes out. But yeah, not a big fan. So yeah, I like this figure. Would I recommend it? Of course. If you like Iron Man, you'll like it. Obviously, it's the Silver Centurion armor. If you aren't a big fan of comic Iron Man, if you prefer the MCU armors due to their more technological look, you're probably not going to like this because it is very simplistic and very comic accurate. But if you enjoyed the comic armor designs, if you just collect Marvel Legends, I would recommend picking this guy up because I really like him. Again, he does have his issues, like I said, especially with the neck, but it's very easy to look past them because it is just a really nice figure. So yeah, if you enjoyed this review, please leave a like. If you'd like to see more in my terrible upload schedule, please subscribe. And if you have any feedback for how I can improve, please let me know in the comments. So yeah, hope to see you all next time. Bye. Hello, back again. Just a little PSA, whatever they're called. Don't spoil No Way Home. I'm seeing it Saturday, but obviously the premiere is I filmed it on the day of the premiere, so don't spoil it. Don't be horrible. Just let people watch it in their own time. If you are going to post something about it, give a spoiler warning. Please do not spoil it because a lot of people are looking forward to it. Thank you for your time.